I haven't paid much attention. So, right. Well, we'll get started. Um, Welcome to yoga on this hot, muggy, stormy day, possibly. So, we'll try and keep it calm and less stormy and cool in here. So, I was reading, I have this book. It's, um, what is it called? Course in Miracles. And it's really tough reading, but it's really interesting. And it's every time I get into it, it's, you really have to focus in because it's very hard, but it's got a lot of really good nuggets in there. And what I was reading this morning was that we think that we just have control over our actions, but we actually have to have control over our thoughts and our actions. So if we have control over our thinking, then our actions just fall into place. So I think anytime we have thoughts that aren't right-minded, so to speak, so they aren't related to how we can help or how we can love, then our actions might be erratic and we might feel erratic. So we have to have our thoughts and our actions in line. I don't know. I just thought it was pretty interesting. So close your eyes, turn inward, and just check your mind this morning. Where have your thoughts been? Where are they now? Can you turn them inward towards focusing only on yourself and giving yourself and your physical body attention and love for the next hour? Do a little body scan, see what's going on in your physical body this morning. And tell your physical body, hey, I'm here for you. I'm going to send you some good juju and love. Get you loosened up a little bit. Things that are good for you. Please bring hands to heart center. May we all look for the love that's all around us and especially within us. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. And I really liked the warm up I did on Friday, so let's do it again. So bring your right hand out, stretch your left arm up, make a really nice long stretch. And then maybe bring the hand to the knee or to the floor. up in a little twist. Breathe into that. And then walk the hands forward. Get a little good stretch going there. And then walk to your left side. Keep the twist going. You know, if it's too intense, bring the hand to the knee. Just feel that. And then when you're ready, stretch the right arm up and over for that side stretch. Just feel nice and long through the back of your neck, through the top of your head, through your side body. Good. And then come on up and just walk your hands back and lift your heart. Oh, broaden your clavicles. Find that more I do this, the better it feels on my neck, especially if I, keep my head upright, and then I can slowly let it go back if that feels good. Shake it out, and then come on back up. And now stretch your legs out long and do that again. So stretch to the right side first. A little connection through press your heels down, press your sits bones down, lengthen out. Good. And then turned into that little twist. Feel it in your shoulder as well as your core. And then walk your hands towards your feet or your ankles. And you can fold forward, Paschimottanasana, just wherever it feels like a good stretch this morning. You don't have to go as deep as you possibly can. Remember, you're just giving love and attention to your body, so whatever it's needing. And then walking your hands to the left side now, engaging that twist. And planting the left hand, sweeping the right arm up and over. Lengthening both sides of the body, even though you're kind of arcing and shortening that left side, you just want to keep length. And then just kind of lean back, bring that left hand or right hand down, left hand back to lift the heart. And roll your head around a little bit just to open the neck. And then coming upright, bend your knees and flex your feet and bring them just a little wider than hip distance. And we'll do a shoulder stretch here. So right hand off to the side, left hand reaches over, grab the foot, and just step on the gas, draw your sternum back. Even though that left side body stays nice and long, you feel a stretch all up and down below your shoulder blade. Good. And then come on up and switch sides. And come on up. Good. Bring your feet a little closer together. Feet down. Step your hands back. Turn the fingers out and then support your shoulders both sides. So think broaden the clavicles, shoulder blades on the back, but really supported. Press into your feet and lift up to version. What is this called? Purvottanasana. Warm it up a little bit. Oh, good. And then lower down. Big stretch in the shoulders there. Hands behind the knees. Lift the legs. Boat pose. And just for fun, just kind of play with maybe a twist to the right and a twist to the left. And back to center. And come on down. Scooch forward just a little bit. Grab your shins and roll onto your back. And just pause here. Give yourself a little love. Maybe roll the knees to the right and left. And then go ahead and bring your feet flat, hands by your hips. Get shoulders on the back. Press into your feet evenly and lift your hips to a bridge pose. And just kind of feel big stretch in your heart. And then lower down, keeping your just nice and neutral back. Lift the feet up and bring the shins parallel to the floor. And just kind of point and flex the feet a few times. Notice how you have to maintain some connection here in your core to keep this position. And then bring your fingertips behind your head or maybe to the sides of your head and think, I'm going to lift my head and shoulders up. Good. Keep that core engaged. Nice connection. And then maybe one at a time, extend the right leg and the left, pretending like you're moving through quicksand. Keep engagement lengthening through the top of the head. And just move slow and methodical. Warming up the core. Draw your rib cage back. One more time each side. Good. And relax down. Hug your knees in. Relax your jaw. Couple deep breaths there. And then setting up again. Fingertips behind the head. Shins parallel to the floor. Lift your head and chest, rib cage back. And this time, as you extend, so extend your left leg, your left elbow reaches towards your right knee. And then bring it back in and switch really slow. Don't crank on your head. One more time. Good, relax down. Grab just the kneecaps. Let your feet dangle there. And then just kind of move side to side a little bit. And grab the shins, roll up to seated, and come to all fours position. Now this is going to feel really good on your gut. Just move into a cow pose. Pause, wag your tail, and then round to cat. Tuck your chin, put your belly button to your spine. And then like you're moving through quicksand again, just alternate between the two poses. And then go ahead and stretch back to a child's pose. Bring your elbows down, bring the palms together, and bring the hands up behind the head in that prayer position. Hopefully you feel a stretch in your triceps. Again, soften your jaw. Just give love and attention to your body. And stretching the arms long again. Walk your fingertips out. Come up on fingertips. And then plant the hands and make your way to a downward facing dog. And just walk your dog out. And come forward to plank pose. And keeping the plank, so just notice your shoulders really strong, both sides. Just lower your knees towards the mat, but keep the rest of the body in plank. And then stretch it back long to regular plank and push back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, plank. Still like you're moving through quicksand, lower those knees, keep the belly up. So you're in plank, the rest of your body. Stretch it back out to plank and downward facing dog. One more time, plank. Lower down, lift your heels high. Stretch it back up to plank and downward doggy. And then coming forward again to plank, this time lower all the way to the mat. And stretch the toes long. Come up into cobra. Maybe twist to your right, And to your left, being very mindful of your shoulders. Just stretch it out a little bit and lower back down. Good. Curl the toes under. Push back to all fours. And then just keep walking your hands back. You can sit on your heels and stretch out your feet. Maybe lift your heart a little bit if that feels okay for you on your knees and feet. And then walk your hands forward to all fours and extend your right leg. Excuse me. And left arm. Bird dog. If you can feel super connected there. So see how long you can get your spine and long through the top of your head. And then bend your right knee and think, I'm going to curve my back and reach. Maybe my left hand will find my foot. So it feels more like a cow in your back. Your shoulders are still square. You can kick your foot back a little bit. Big stretch. Good. Release that. Back to bird dog if you can. And bring it on in. Left leg and right arm. Nice long spine. So just think of, as you bend the knee, just kind of curving the back all the way up through the back of the neck, through the top of the head, finding the foot, maybe kicking back. Release it, extend the leg and the arm, and bring it on in. Stretch your feet long now. And sit back on your heels again. So walk your hands back. Just go where it feels like a good stretch to you. If you can sit all the way back on your heels, great. Not, it's okay. And if it still feels good and you want a little more stretch, walk your hands back a little bit, lift your heart. Good. And then come forward again, all the way up to a downward facing dog. And lower back down to your knees. It's okay if your hands are slightly in front of your shoulders. Swivel your right foot out. Extend your left leg. Bring your left hand to your hip. I'm going to have you bend the left leg, come up on the ball of your left foot and bring it off the mat a little bit. And then just turn your heart up towards the ceiling. Maybe extend the left arm. I like to keep it bent a little bit. Mostly I want you to feel a heart lift here. Shoulder blades on the back, broaden the clavicles. Good, and then come on in. And switch sides, so left foot swivels, right foot kind of where it can support you for a nice heart opening. Need to move it back in space, great. Good, and come on back down. And take a child's pose. All the poses are meant to be therapeutic and to bring love to your joints and to your body. You have to ask yourself, what's best for me? Coming up to all fours again. Bend your left arm and thread it underneath for thread the needle. If you want, extend the right arm up and maybe even bring it behind you if you're on your shoulder and it feels good. Draw your sternum back. Good. Come on back up and switch. Right arm threads underneath. Sternum back. Maybe left arm behind. And come on up. And find downward dog again. And just for fun, extend your right leg, keep your hips square. Reach it up, a big stretch in your left hamstrings. And bring that foot down and extend the left one. And bring it in. And just slowly walk your feet up to your hands to your first forward fold. Bend your knees a little bit and see if you can lay your belly and chest on your upper thighs. And then re-straighten the legs. Hands to your elbows if that feels possible. And then maybe just swing to the right and left. Just kind of feeling a twist in your core. And then pause. Bend your knees again. Bring your hands on your knees and push on up to standing. Oh, good. Okay, I want to stretch out your calves a little bit. So take a little bit wider stance. And I like to turn my toes out because I'm going to have you bend into a squat. And you can keep your hands on your knees if that works, or hands to heart center. Draw your low belly up, feel your core engaged. And then you're just going to lift your heels. So feel the weight evenly on the balls of your feet and lower. And just do that slowly 5 times. Lift the heels and lower. 3, 4, and one more time. Go slow. Notice may have to come out of the squat a little bit. And lower. And come on back up to standing. Ooh, it feels good. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Stand on your right foot. Lift your left foot behind you and find the foot for a quad stretch. You want to extend the right arm. See if you can draw your low belly up. Don't scoop your tailbone, but have knee beside knee. deepen that stretch a little bit. Lengthen up. Good, and release. Switch sides. Stretch it up. And release. And we're going to go to the first side again. And this time, if it's possible, grab on the inside of your foot. So your thumb's on top. Extend your right arm again. And then think a very smooth back bend as you kick back. I'm struggling. And come on out when you're ready. And switch sides. So find strength and stability first in a line. And then think back bend. Woo! And release. Woo. And come up to the front of your mats. I did this morning and went a lot better than right now, but that's always a challenging pose for me. So let's come to standing. Your blocks are there if you need them. And just stretch your arms up. And then bend your elbows, lift your heart, lean back a little bit. You can look at the ceiling. Good, stretch up and fold forward. Step your left foot back to a deep lunge. And just notice that. Stretch for a minute. Lower the back knee and stretch up to Anjane Asana. Bend the elbows, maybe add a little bit of a back bend. And then stretch the arms up. Now bring hands to heart center and think around a little bit more. Twist to your right, elbow to the knee. Anjane twist. Lengthening all the way through the top of your head. Good, unwind, touch down. Lift the back knee, step back to a downward facing dog on your blocks. I wanted to add a little wild dog action. So extend your left leg and just keep your hands and your shoulders straight. You're just going to twist the bottom part of your body. So from your waist down, bend the knee, stack left knee on top of right. Don't let your right shoulder drop. And then just see what happens here. I always have to keep a baby bend in my right knee. Maybe open up a little bit more. Feel a big stretch. Good. Square up the hips and step that foot through to deep lunge. And pause there. Lower the back knee. Stretch up to Anjane Asana. And then slowly think back bend as you maybe bend the elbows and look upward. You have to keep left hip crease back. Good, stretch up. Hands to heart center, round the other way a little bit as you twist your left, bring the right elbow to the knee. And unwind, touch down, lift the back knee, step back, downward, doggy. Extend the right leg. Shoulders, upper body stay the same. Bend the knee, stack the right hip on top of the left, open up, wild dog. Draw your low belly up, keep it really strong. Reach that foot back in space, maybe. And square the hips. And step that foot through, deep lunge. And please step forward, forward fold. For a few moments there. And then sweep all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms up. And bring hands to heart center. Pause for a moment. Check in with your thoughts. I know what your actions have been. All good and loving, right? Towards your body. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms up, open the eyes. And fold forward again. Pranam. And fold. Step your left foot back, deep lunge, ground the foot down, and then windmill up to a warrior two position. Just gonna check in here. Does this feel therapeutic and loving towards my body? Am I being kind to my knees, my hips, my back? And then add a little reversal, left arm down, right arm up, palm back. And if you can angle back a little bit. Oh, big stretch. And come on back to warrior two. And windmill down to the blocks. Turn the heel up and step back, down dog. And extend your left leg. Bend the knee. Open up to wild dog in your time, thinking just the lower body from the waist down moves. Good. Square up the hips and step that foot through deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. Warrior two when you're ready. Reverse it. Can you hear me, Susan?
There you are. You're back. Okay.
Okay. Hopefully Laura's got it too. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
everything quit all of a sudden. So, all right. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Okay,
At least
great.
it wasn't us that quit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks. Yeah, I'm going to mute you again. There we go. Okay. Where were we? downward facing dog. I know we had one side to step through with, and I think it's the right leg extends. Bend the knee. Wild dog. Just work on keeping the shoulders square, just feeling a little twist in the core, keeping your low belly drawing up, feeling a stretch in the hip flexor. Good. Square up, step through, deep lunge. Come upright. Come on up to crescent warrior. Just check your stability, and then maybe lift the heart. Stretch up. Hands to heart center. Round the back a little bit. Twist to your right. You need to lower the back knee. It's okay. Right hip crease stays back. Just think lower body stays stable. Now I'm just twisting the upper body. Good. Unwind, touch down, step forward, and switch. Right foot back, deep lunge. Take your time getting stable. Come upright, crescent. When you feel super stable, bend your elbows, lift your heart. Over, you're like me. Good. Extend up, hands to heart center. Twist. Back leg has to stay super engaged and stable. Keep that delineation from upper body and lower body. Lower body stays stable, upper body twist. Good. Unwind, touch down, step back, downward dog, and set your blocks in front of the mat for a second. And find a nice down dog. And you can either do vinyasa with me or child's pose, depending on what you're needing at this moment. Giving your body the love and attention it needs. Make your choice. If you're doing vinyasa, come forward to plank. Lower down through quicksand to the mat. Inhale, come up to cobra, or maybe even up dog if feeling strong. Lower down. And everyone, come on up. Downward facing dog. Step your feet to your hands. Find the blocks. Bring them to the higher height. Step your left foot back, just so you can ground that foot down and keep your right leg straight. Just bring your blocks to a position where it feels like they're right under your shoulders. You have weight firmly in both feet. Bring your hand to your right hip and twist to your right. Keep the right hip in line with your left. Weight in both feet. Maybe extend the arm if it feels like it's in your right shoulders above your left. Big stretch in your left leg and right leg. Good. Touch down. Step forward to switch. Right foot back. Pause there. Make sure heels and sits bones are aligned both sides. Left hand to the hip. And then twist. Twisted triangle pose. Broaden your clavicles. Good. Touch down. Step forward. Step your left foot back all the way to deep lunge so your heel's lifted. And then do the same thing. Straighten your right leg. So you might have to lift the heel higher. Urdhva right hand to the hip. Twisted triangle a different way. Just notice the difference. And reach for the block and the knee. Step forward to switch. Right foot back. Deep lunge. Lift the hips up and back to straighten the left leg. When you're ready, left hand to the hip. Twist and extend the arm. Good. Reach for the block, bend the knee, and step forward. Let the blocks in the front. Bring the toes out, come down to a deep squat. And then lower down to your bottom and roll back to your backs. Hands by your hips. Draw the shoulders underneath. Really strong in the bottoms of both feet. And then lift to Satu Bandha. Lift your heart. Maybe interlace the hands. Your shoulders are open enough now. You can keep the arms straight. It feels nice. If you have to bend the elbows, it doesn't feel so nice. So just do what works best for you. Lengthening. Sometimes I have to lift my chin a little bit. Press into your feet. And unclasping your hands. Lower back down. Hug your knees. I'll give you a choice here. You can either do supported Satu Bandha with the block under your tailbone, regular Satu Bandha, or if you want to do a full back bend, you can Urdhva. So just play whatever your body's asking for right now. Do that. Everybody release down. Hug your knees in. Roll side to side. And then bring your knees wide. Hands on the top of the knees. Push them away from you in that wide position. You feel a curve in your low back. It feels like a good stretch. And then just bring your feet to the ground. Arms to cactus and do a few windshield wipers. And that we do back bends, that'll loosen up the low back. And then just pause with the knees up, wiggle the feet close together. Bring the knees wide. Butterfly pose. Maybe hands on the belly, on your thighs, wherever it feels like it's therapeutic for you. And then closing the knees. Keep that nice neutral spine as you extend the legs towards the ceiling so they're just straight up, allowing the fluids in the feet and legs to just kind of drain down into your pelvis. Then you decide if you want to go to plow pose. Plow pose is where you just bring your feet up over your head and lift your bum up. Arms support you. You can hold your hips with your hands if you want, or just leave the hands like Setu Bandha. And then just slowly roll back down, trying to keep your thighs close to your chest. And go ahead and stretch out long for Shavasana. You feel the need for any more calming poses. Feel free. Just remember to get your body in a good position to relax fully. So notice if your shoulders are in a good position, your legs. Just allow yourself to relax fully. The only way you can do that is have control over your thoughts. Focused on the fact that you want to relax fully. So just turn them to whatever will help you do that, whether it's doing a body scan, turning to the breath, turning to the heartbeat, whatever is going to help you. organizing principle of all life is service. Every cell serves the functioning of the organism of which it is a part. The sun serves life by sharing its warmth and light. The rain serves the earth by pouring water on growing things. Plants serve life by giving us oxygen and food. We too find our right place in the universe when we place ourselves in service to life. As long as I enter any situation with the primary goal of being of service, being of use to the furtherance of goodness and love, I will find my place and find my peace. Let's proceed service. Now just noticing how you feel once you had that deep relaxation. Start to slowly come back up. Good breath, small movements. And just slowly transitioning to seated. Just bring hands to heart center. Right thoughts, right mind, right action. Namaste. You guys,